This big, beautiful boy is classical. He's a 3.5-old, very dark brown tabby. Long hair, Maine Coon mix, very sweet with people. Is intimidated by other cats. I mean, as big and as tough and as strong as he looks, he's just a gentle soul. So he needs to go to a home where he'll be the only pet. No dogs to scare him, no cats to chase him, just hands to pet him, and somebody to love him because he's a gorgeous boy. His name is Classical. Can we get his face up just for a minute so you can see just how beautiful this guy really is? He's gorgeous, and he's a little camera shy. The two cats you're looking at now are North and South. North, surprisingly enough, is to the north. He's the one on your right hand, and South is the one on the left. North is a male, South is a female. They are both 8 months old. They're both orange and white cats. They were rescued from living outside. North is people-friendly, much more so. He has a scarred eye from some sort of an injury. South is a little more timid. She also has longer hair. She'll be great when she gets familiar with you. And I mean, these are not cats that are feral. These are not cats that are wild. These are just cats that need to learn about loving. They need to learn about kind hands. They need to learn about warm pillows and sofas and voices that love. Now, these two kitties are both 8 months old. They could go as a pair if you wanted to in your house, but they would also be perfectly happy one at a time. So if you're looking for one, that's great. If you're looking for two, as far as I'm concerned, of course, that's better. But these guys are very sweet little babies, only 8 months old, both very loving, and both desperately in need of learning all about life as a pet, as a family member, and as someone who's well loved. These are North and South. You're looking at Spinderella. She is a spayed female, 2 years old, Calico Point Siamese type, rescued from a kill pound. Absolutely beautiful, very unique in her coloring. She's absolutely gorgeous. She has big blue eyes and beautiful, beautiful markings. But the thing about this little girl that is so unique is her temperament. Do what you want. Just let her know that you love her. Pet her and hold her, and she's so happy to be around people. This is an A1 first-class, loving, beautiful people cat. Her name is Spinderella. I don't think there's a whole lot more that I can say about her, except that whoever takes her home and feels that fur that feels like velvet and hears that purr that sounds like an engine running will know that they're in cat nirvana with an absolutely sugar pie of a girl. Her name is Spinderella. And this is Figgle. Figgle is a spayed female. She's 2 years old and front paw declawed. And as you can tell by looking at her, she's absolutely terrified. Not an ounce of evil, not an ounce of vice, not a claw showing. But she's wrapped up in a protective ball because she's so terrified. And she's terrified because I'm too much a lady to use the word, person threw her out, declawed and helpless in this cold, just dumped her because it wasn't convenient to keep her. And she wandered, more and more frightened, until she was captured and brought in to save a pet. So this little girl, who obviously had somebody who cared enough about her to have her as a house pet for 2 years, and then for some strange reason decided it wasn't working and dumped her, she needs to rebuild her confidence. Certainly not a house with small kids unless they're going to leave her alone. She needs soft voices, loving hands, cuddling, a lot of attention, not being pushed to respond, but invited to be loved. That's what this little girl needs. And if you have the heart to give her back her belief in humanity, she will love you forever. Her name is Figgle. This is our special needs cat. You're looking at Old Man River, who is 16 years old, medium length hair, was left abandoned in the cold in a carrier, covered with mats. He has a growth on his chin. They've not yet determined what it is. He has some medical issues. So Old Man River will be a hopefully permanent foster. When you foster a cat, you do not adopt the cat. The cat remains Well, basically, the cat is yours, although Save a Pet continues to underwrite the medical expenses. You provide two things. The three. You provide the home, you provide the food, and you provide the love and the patience and the kindness and the awareness that he's old and he's frail and he's not going to live as long as a kitten or a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old. But man, he deserves better than a cage in a clinic for the rest of his life. He is loving and he is kind and he is gentle and he has been somebody's pet for 16 years and now he's nobody's baby. So this is one of those, the biggest hearts in the world, because the biggest hearts in the world will take a cat knowing that he doesn't have that long, but that at least the time that he has left should be spent with love and joy and happiness to start the year better than the old year that passed. His name is Old Man River. He is waiting for a permanent foster home.